HKDSE English Language, Paper 4, Speaking. The purpose of this video is to provide you with examples of the 5 different levels of performance in Paper 4. During the course of this video, you will see 2 different groups of candidates. From the 2 groups, you will see at least one candidate who represents each of the 5 levels. Group 1. For this group, please refer to Paper 4 Sample 1 in the Sample Papers section of the SRR Handbook. You may want to pause the video now in order to familiarise yourself with the sample. It would also be useful for you to refer to the speaking level descriptors in the SRR Handbook. In Group 1, Candidate A is a Level 3 candidate, Candidate B is a Level 1 candidate, Candidate C is a Level 5 candidate, and Candidate D is a Level 4 candidate. Group 1, Part A, Group Discussion.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You have 8 minutes for your discussion. You can look at your question paper and the note card, but please do not make notes during the discussion. Turn over the question paper. You may start now.
Today, our group is going to write a letter to the editor of the newspaper, responding to the points made by Mike Chow. In my opinion, I think this time the media has crossed the line by putting hidden cameras in the dressing rooms. And I think it's not quite good to take the pictures of people removing their clothes and putting them on the magazine covers all over Hong Kong. What is your opinion?
I agree with you. I think this time the media is across the border, and I think that the media is having too much of their freedoms. You can see nowadays the magazines are full of these shocking content. You can see that the magazines nowadays are focusing on the stars changing their clothes in the backstage or what they are doing at their homes. You can see that the equipment the paparazzi are using nowadays are some kind of long-distance cameras for them to invade the privacy of those famous stars. What's your opinion?
Yes, I think
Do you think the media is having too much freedom?
yes, I agree with you. I think any people should have their privacy protected.
Yes, I think the media have too much freedom, because government do not set a law to check the media they do the thing is wrong or right.
I don't disagree with the policies of the government restricting the law, because I think the most important responsibility is on the media and on the people. Why the media take the pictures is because the people want to see them. And if you really want this situation to change, it's that we change. We don't want to watch these photos, and then paparazzi will not take the photos of them. So I think the attitude of the people and the paparazzi are more important than the law set up by the government.
I think that maybe there is a saying that the readers produce what kind of the media. It means that the readers themselves choose to read these kind of shocking contents. They are interested in this kind of content. But I think that the media themselves has the responsibility to produce, to help the readers to have a right concept. If they do not have this kind of actions to invade others, to invade the famous people's privacy, the readers cannot get these content, and soon they will not interested in this kind of content. So I think the media themselves have the responsibilities as well. So let's talk about whether famous people should have their privacy protected. I think, of course, people should have their privacy protected whether or not they are famous.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And also, I think the artists just their job. When they finish their job, they are normal people, so they should have privacy.
Yes, I agree.
And I think the government has done a good job in protecting the privacy of all the people. And as you said, famous people are just ordinary people. And if they want extra privacy, I think that they should just rent a house in a more private place or have more private lines. It's their own job. It's not the job of the government. They have to protect themselves other than the protection by the government. I think it's their own responsibility.
I agree with you, but I also think that the government can do something to help the famous people to protect their privacy by restricting the freedom of the media. So I think the reasons for people like to read magazines for their shocking content and gossip because they would like to know what hides behind those famous people's beautiful mask. They would like to know their daily lives, what they are normally doing. Any other ideas?
And I think also if they watch the magazine, they can have more topic to chat with their friends.
Yes. So why do you, Candidate B, why do you think the people like to read magazines?
I think their life is very, very broad. So they buy the magazine to watch.
Do you like reading their gossips? I think that people like to read magazines for their gossip, and on the other hand, the celebrity get famous because the people read about them. So actually, I think it's a positive relationship with the paparazzi and the people because they make the celebrity famous. And on one hand, you can blame the paparazzi for filming too many pictures and taking away their freedom. But on the other hand, you have to know that it's because of the paparazzi that you are famous. It's just that they have to be responsible and to not cross the line. And still, the magazines are important, I think.
Yes, I agree with you. Usually, magazines discover something that the public do not know, and I think that sometimes the public have the right to know about these things.
Yes. So, what do you think is important about this topic?
I think people just see the artists in the television or listen to radio. They do not understand the artist they do in the daily life, so they want to know, so they buy the magazine.
I think there's one way to relieve this situation is that you can see that readers would like to know more about the artists, especially their daily life. So I think that the artists themselves can post some photos or some what they have done in that day on their blogs or others, so that the people, the readers can know more about them, but not through the way of maybe taking pictures of them eating out or doing what things at home.
I think it's a very good idea, and in fact, many celebrities is using this way to give out and share the information with their fans. I think it's very good.
Also, sometimes magazine will write some bad thing, and it will affect the idol's image.
Yes, and so that they can say on the blog about the true side, so they would not be, the public would not believe the wrong things said on the magazine.
Yes.
What's your opinion?
Okay, time to stop the discussion now.